for it. I'm just going last. Here we go. All right. So hello, welcome to ThinkShare. Welcome to my Facebook, YouTube, and or Instagram. This is day 7 of the daily bars that I've been writing. I did a challenge with Gemma Grace, another YouTuber. I had asked her, I challenged her to do a poem every day because she was a little bit nervous about sharing with the world her poetry. So I said, I challenge you to 21 days in a row actually produce something. So I said, how about along with you doing it, I'll do it as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you a poem I just wrote. It's sort of based on, I was listening to earlier, Oprah's Soul Sunday podcast, and she had an interview with Wayne Dyer, who I didn't realize this, but he died a couple of years ago. They say that Wayne Dyer is the father of motivation, which seems strange. I feel like motivation's probably been has existed a lot earlier than that. Hey, Alex. Hey, Ty. Hey, Kay. And hey, Brandon. Whoa, there's a lot of people on Instagram. Not used to that. So here it goes. Actually, I'm going to preface one thing. So one of the things he said in his interview with Oprah was one of the ways you go about manifesting things in your life is rather than, sort of like the Henry Ford quote of saying, whether you say you can or you say you can't, you're right. He said one of the things he says is, I am, and then he uses a word. So people that have taken a landmark form, sort of like creating possibility. And so the poem is called I Am Love. I'm honestly a little nervous sharing with you guys today. I don't know why. I am love. I am happiness. I brush off those words that keep me cracking or cause me gasping for more action because the fact is I already have it. I'm lucky to have wit. I'm lucky I can verb a little spit. I'm lucky I've let words create a life commitment. I'm trusting that the world needs me to keep on blinking live on this. I'm lucky fam stands behind my message and mission. I think I've lost a grip, but glad I've had time to react and make sure that the slip doesn't cause me to crash and binge. I am love. I'm accepting of the changes that come face to face with my evolving living sitch. I'm thankful for this screen, thankful for my teens, thankful for my reads, thankful for the dreams, the ones that came to me that I didn't have to look for but found sprawled on the floor. I'm thankful for lists. I'm thankful for a list. I'm thankful for this drug that natural in my skull, serotonin. My cup is completely full. I can't wish for a better one because I've been and seen so much under the sun. The graces I've been given and my acknowledgement of them has just only begun. Wayne teaches that our furthest reaches can come complete when we believe in the moments prefixed with I am followed by affirmation. Henry said something similar and pointed out the often familiar, that we use our words that cut into us. They break our guts just using words, just using verbs like Voldemort curse. We can bring back our nerves when we patch up like a nurse to reverse and reverb to which our spirit procures. So in the end, let's stop saying that we're better off dead. Let's change the words and we'll bend the nature of life into its extent. That's it. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I guess I'll go in for a second on a couple comments here. This over. By the way, for people that are on YouTube that you're more Instagram based, I'm also live on Instagram if you want to see that in the future. I feel like every day I should probably just do this on both platforms. Hey Tahoe, I hope you ended up getting to see the video that I created for your letter. Whenever you share a poem, I get a rapper vibe from you. Your wordplay and how you present it. Thanks, Ty. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like, most of my sort of lyrical influences, I guess, are probably in recent time that are like, what's his name? The guy that did Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Tyler Joseph, 21 Pilots. I would say sometimes Macklemore, sometimes Eminem. One of my favorite things is like when you have a multi-syllable word, like 4 syllables, and then you can come up with a phrase that sort of matches those syllables. I love when I can come up with something that there's always one verse I remember. I think it was from an Eminem song that I always loved because he combined one giant word with like a whole phrase, and it was pretty awesome. I can't so I'm looking at the YouTube chat. It says, I came out to my brother as bisexual and he said he already knew it. That's kind of great. Sleep Master, I bet that feels really, really awesome to be able to have a family member not only appreciate and love you and accept you, but have already known without you having to say it. Now just to come out to our religious parents because they're threatening to evict me if I'm about that life, but I wouldn't lie about it. Well, Sleep Master, I think when you say evict, does that mean that you're old enough that like you can get your own apartment and stuff? And so for those that don't know this, what you'll hear often on these streams is me talking to people about coming out, talking to people about, dealing with an unaccepting environment for LGBTQIA plus people in that community. And it's recently because one of the videos that a lot of people found me through is why I have a pride flag in my classroom. Sent that Tahoe, I have not. I did, however, bring them to my house. So I realized after also listening to the Wayne Dyer interview is he said his best birthday ever was he got a stack of $50 bills, like $5,000 worth, and then just went down the street and gave them to homeless people. And he said he went home and just cried from how happy he was. And that might not sound related at all to what I was about to say, but the reason I say that is because I think I get a ton of joy from giving as well. So I'm realizing I've been missing out on the joy of giving out and sending out those books. I think part of it is there's the other part of me that's like logistical and thinking like, all right, you have to cough up some money to send these out. But I also just realized I have a bunch of postage stamps that I bought from previous giveaways that I haven't used yet. So I've just been slow. So thank you for waiting for me. Kaylee, my Instagram is Zach ThinkShare, Z-A-C-H ThinkShare. So it's pretty close to this. I bet if you look up ThinkShare, you might find it. But if you look up Zach ThinkShare, you'll find it as well. Saw the video already. You should do a 50 facts about me video. I can do that. Dang, now I'm here too. Now I'm only 15. All right. Well, Sleep Master, I think I would say make sure you have, I mean, in some states, depending where you live, so I'm talking to Sleep Master on here, that's their username, talking about they could get evicted by their parents by coming out as bisexual. So I know in some states you can, I'm trying to think of the word, you can not liberate, but like you can sort of, you can say like, you can say that you are like, you're now an adult. I forget what the word for it is, but like you can do, I don't remember what the word is, but like you can take ownership of like your life sort of. I don't know what that would look like, but I think here you have at least a good community that can back you up, help you come up with solutions for problems as they come up, and we'll be absolutely like, you know, if things become a problem, maybe we could have you live on here. We can talk about it and a bunch of people can tune in and offer their advice or their ideas or their help in whatever way. Best ways. Yeah. I think I'm almost going to agree with Tahoe on that one because I don't know what it would be like to be 15 and be sort of kicked out of your house. I have no idea what that would be like. And I don't want you spending for your safety as much as identity is important. I would say I would want you to be safe as well, which is arguably much more important. My mom was asexual. She thought I was lying, but then I told my dad and uncle, and they were happy for me. My uncle said he was like a frog. We all laughed at. It's called claiming independence. Thank you. Oh, I think the word I was looking for was emancipating. I think you can emancipate yourself. I don't know if that's a state or a federal law, but I think you can do that. What's that button do? I'm looking at the Instagram. It says wave. Hey, Now I'm waving to people. I wish I had done that previously. I didn't know I could do that. I guess that's acknowledgement that I'm seeing that people are there. Well, that was also Zach. You said Tahoe, Brian, you letter, but you also said, did I seriously Tahoe? Wait, Tahoe, do I need to take that down? I don't know how. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. That's not good that I let that slip. More so probably for people out there that it is. I'll leave it up. Okay. But Tahoe, I mean, that's important because if I'm slipping like that on something that is like serious for someone, like for you, like it's already happened. But for people that like that could be like life or death. So, I mean, like for a sleep master like that might mean a lot more if I were to make that mistake. So thank you for pointing that out. I'll have to look to see how it was that I could have possibly made that mistake. Yeah, sleep master. I kind of agree, and I hate to say it, but that might be appropriate. Unless you can find like an older brother, sister, cousin, uncle, aunt that is willing to take you in that you think would accept you, you might want to consider that. Also, well, Tahoe, one thing I can do, if it's at the beginning or the end of a video, I can go back in and cut things out. Like the other day, I really didn't like how some of the chat conversation went in one of the videos. So I actually went back and cut out the last like 3 minutes of it and got to keep the rest of it. So I can always do that for the future. For Instagram here, I figured this is sort of I'm sort of just answering to the chat and YouTube. So I'll sign off here on Instagram. But thank you all for watching. I don't think anyone's watching right now anyway. Bye, Instagram. Cool. After this, I'll watch the video and see if you did, and I'll comment if you did or didn't on this video. Oh, like calling you by your real name. That would be good to notice. All right. Well, that was kind of all I had for today. So today's my father-in-law's birthday. He turns 58 today, and I was going to interview him, but he's a little too tired out now. But he's hanging out over by the pool. I don't know if you can see him over there, but he's a really lively dude. He spends a lot of. This morning we worked out at like, I don't know, 8 a.m. or something, and I realized I need to have some food in my stomach before I do any kind of working out. And like we worked, he actually outpaced me. Like we did abs, and then we went on his Bowflex, where chest, triceps, and biceps. And then we went outside to jump in the pool, and I felt like sick, like I was gonna puke because I had like an empty stomach. And he's like, "Dude, let's go. Like you're 27. Like, can you step your game up a little bit?" So he's a lively guy, and last year I had a pretty fun interview with him. I actually edited it, so I'm thinking this year I'll just do a live version, which I'm looking forward to doing. Dead Mystery and Poem. Yes, you did. I'm about to log off, so you'll get to see the playback. Don't worry about my saying it doesn't bother me. Thank you, Tahoe, and again, I'm sorry because I broke my word on that. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, let's call it a day. Thank you all for being here. I feel like I have a new posse that shows up almost every time. I think this is the first time I haven't seen Alex Nunny. You know what? I'm going to add something here. Okay. Yeah, so I got to go work on. All right, thanks, everyone. Hey, we're here for you, Sleep Master, and I know that's why you came and found me, is because I think you found a community, you found someone that wanted to support you, so I hope to continue doing that. So Thank you for coming. If you like this, give it a like. If you dislike this, give it a dislike. If you enjoyed this and you think someone else might like it, share with them. Thank you for watching. Stay weird, humans. Later.